This is Martin. The 34-year-old rarely leaves his house without a hat. The reason for this is his hair. The bank employee suffers from chronic hair loss. Martin decides to have a hair transplantation. During his research, he finds out that the procedure would cost at least 10,000 euro in Germany.
I wouldn't want to pay that price because I think it's too expensive.
On the internet, Martin finds a service from Turkey called Elithairtransplant, where the procedure only costs 2,500 euro, including the flight and all other costs.
At first, I was skeptical towards the service provider Elithairtransplant due to the price compared to Germany. But my doubts vanished over time.
The reason for this are the low costs. The staff in Turkey is a lot cheaper than in Germany. And there is another reason.
We only perform hair transplantation, so we have perfected the procedure. Every staff member knows exactly what to do, and that saves time and money.
For Martin, an adventure begins in Turkey. At Istanbul airport, Martin is picked up by a driver. The drive only takes 20 minutes, and his hotel room fulfills all his wishes with pure luxury. The hotel is only a few minutes from the Florence Nightingale on foot.
From A to Z, everything turned out great. The flight was pleasant, the transfer was fast, and without any complications, the room was ready when I arrived.
The clinic where Martin will have his surgery is one of the most modern university clinics in the world. Every year, more than 30,000 surgeries are performed here. Martin is waiting on his pre-check. A blood sample is taken first. Always present, interpreter Sharon.
I work in the department for hair transplantation as a translator and interpreter. We have lots of patients from German-speaking countries, and I accompany them from the beginning until the end. If they have questions, I'm always here before, during, and after the procedure.
On the day of the surgery, Martin has a rich breakfast buffet at the hotel. He really wants to go through with the surgery, as he's been dreaming of thick hair for a long time.
I've thought about the subject a few times in the last couple years, but I was never able to make a decision. But now I said, I'm going to go through with it.
Hair transplantation expert Dr. Bowie checks Martin's hair structure.
I perform hair transplantations on a daily basis, about 4 procedures per day. I'm an FUE specialist. Every hair transplantation takes place with the cooperation of my team. Generally speaking, a hair transplantation is possible for everyone who is healthy and has enough hair in the donor zones. It's not important whether it's a man or a woman. Our patients are between the ages of 18 and 75.
I'm beginning to feel a bit anxious, especially since my hair is coming off now, but it's going to be fine.
The hair has to be taken off so that the doctor can reach the donor hair perfectly. They should fill in the empty spots.
I always pictured it would be way worse, if I'm being honest.
Generally speaking, a hair transplantation is possible for everyone who is healthy and has enough hair in the donor zones. It's not important whether it's a man or a woman. Our patients are between the ages of 18 and 75.
The entire surgery will be performed with local anesthesia. The patient will be able to answer and be awake. First, the doctor extracts the so-called grafts from the back of the head of the patient using a micro drill. This method is called micro-FUE method. Later, the grafts will be implanted in the front. For Martin, that's about 4,000 grafts.
We don't economize in places where it's important. That means we use our technical equipment. It's all made in Germany. Every needle, every engine, every scalpel is top equipment.
The entire procedure took 8 hours, but Martin made it okay. The interpreter will now give him further instruction on how to behave the following days. The 34-year-old is also given a special care product.
It was completely pain-free. I could feel the needle. That wasn't pleasant. But the rest was completely pain-free, without any complications. For some parts of the procedure, I even slept and didn't notice much. This way, time passed really fast.
The doctor is very pleased with the results so far.
The doctor made a really great impression on me. A very competent one at that. He was present during most parts of the surgery, and that's because he controlled the whole thing. I mean, at the end of the day, you leave with a really good feeling.
I'm a passionate doctor. I would feel empty without my job. I make my patients happy with my job. Oftentimes, people come visit me after 12 months to show me their thick hair. When they talk about their newfound confidence, that's the most precious gift in the world.
After just 3 days, Martin's adventure to Turkey was over. With the team from Elithairtransplant always at his disposal. 12 months later, his hair is completely regrown. How will Martin look after 6 months? We'll find out.